not a problem for philosophy, but nothing like a lion. Trying to make the fathers a moving around like everything. Call me ass so one more time, I might just do my fucking mom. I could be a super bitch. I feel just like the heck I got.
I be half-baked, smoking Pineapple Express. That's how I do it on the strip. Nick K, take your face off. The best in me just rested me and then reached my destiny. Do with me, eulogy, usually.
My daily life is like you said. Feel like I'm starting on the street. I act ass.
My daily life is like a movie.
Feel like I'm starting on the street.
Tyler Perry's why did I get married? Lion Lions fuck with Jim Carrey. I'm the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, got more money. Though Damon Wayne, every time I make it rain. Major pain. Lost like Nemo, with Nero. I'm cashing out casino. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Tuesday, early NBA talk with Jay, man. Trying to get some cash, not really messing around, man. NBA been too crazy, been losing some money, still got plenty stacked up, you know what I'm saying? But I always hate losing, man. And so took a couple of days off, just like, all right, let's stop fucking bullshitting around, man. Obviously, things are all over the place, but I don't care. I like the spots tomorrow. I got like 5 plays, man, 5 games I'm liking. Let's get straight to it. I'm not here to waste your fucking time, my guys. I'm not going through every single game. I really just want to go through the 5 games that I like, to be honest with you. But I'll go over a few extra games. I will go through every one of them tomorrow on this show, my guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you appreciate this early show, hit the like button one time for the one time. Supposed to be just for members. I say, fuck, I'm doing fair, but I don't give a fuck, man. I'm just trying to cash these fucking plays, man. I ain't worried about no eclipse. I'm trying to clip these motherfucking bookies. You see what I'm saying? Let's get straight to it in this one, man. First game up, let's go over to the streets of Charlotte in this one, man. Hornets getting 11 points at the house versus the Mavs in this one. Could only look towards Mavs. Now, I can't tell you, I don't like laying points with teams that are coming off an overtime game. Obviously, the Mavs just went to overtime and had to beat the Rockets. Shout out to everybody. I mean, shit, prayers up for anybody that had the Rockets in that game. They really should have won the game, and they ended up not covering in overtime. Mavs are hot, 9-1 straight up in their last 10, 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 games. Hornets coming off a tough game. This is their, it's crazy. This is their 8th straight home game. So they do have an advantage here. It's crazy because, like, I don't want to take the Hornets here, but they do have an advantage with the Mavs just needing to win this game. And you do have PJ Washington going back to Charlotte. He's probably going to want to show out here. I don't have anything on this game, but I'm just letting you know, like, I feel like this spread has gotten a little too high. The line opened up at Mavs -9. It's up to 11, probably even pushing 11.5 now. I just don't really like laying double digits with teams coming off of a overtime game, and the Hornets hadn't had to travel anywhere. They have the advantage there, but I would look at maybe PJ Washington threes, maybe over his points, probably points and rebounds as well, man. It could be a really good look in this game with him going back to Charlotte. Let's go over to the streets of Toronto in this one. Raptors getting 10 points at the house versus the Indiana Pacers in this one. Raptors resting Emmanuel quickly. They let you know right there, and it's crazy because the Raptors kind of said, all right, let's get one more home win one last time for the rest of the season. They probably won't win a game for the rest of the season, guys. So the Raptors are obviously, I mean, This could be a letdown spot for the Pacers, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not laying the double digits with them, but I just know that the Raptors want no parts of win this game. If they did, then you would see quickly playing in this game. It's that simple. They're coming off back-to-back wins. Obviously, they would like to end with the sixth worst record in the league. Like I said, they had just lost 15 straight games, one back-to-back. They played everybody versus Washington, and they got up by like 20 points, 25 points. Still only won the game by 8, but that showed me that they wanted to win one last home game for one last time for the one time. This is their last home game of the season. And then they got 3 road games. So they already know, like, they want to go 0-4 for the rest of the season. It cuts me deeply, but it is what it is. They're literally trying to lose on purpose right now, guys. So I'd lean to the Pacers, but I'm not laying the 10 with them, but I would lean that way. If the Pacers come to play and don't have a letdown, they should smoke the Raptors. You see what I'm saying? But let's see what happens in this. Let's go over to the streets of Milwaukee in this one. Bucks getting 2 points at the house versus the Boston Celtics. No one's going to want the Bucks. Obviously, they're coming off four straight losses. They're coming off some horrible losses as well. They did play a good game versus the Knicks. Chris Middleton went down with an eye injury, and they really just let go of the ropes in that one. The first half was the spot in that one. And you know what? I think the first half is the spot in this one is again, man. They've lost 4 straight. They've lost 6 of the last 7. And like I say, they've just lost to the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and the Raptors. 3 teams that don't even want to win. Played a really good game versus the Knicks. Knicks just came out there in the second half and absolutely boat raced them. But guess what here? You got the Bucks here at the house in the absolute desperation win type of spot. You got the Celtics already got the number 1 seed locked up. I just feel like this game means a lot more to the Bucks here. And I'll tell you, Sharp is the new Square. You see what I'm saying? Like, Square is the new Sharp, and really you could just look at these games the easy way and make money. I don't care. I know the easy way would be here to take the Celtics. I don't think they get the job done. Could they come out playing this game like it really means something? It's very possible, but they also have championship aspirations. You don't want to get an injury. You have the number 1 seed locked up. You might even see the Bucks in the playoffs. This game does not fucking matter to the Boston Celtics. It means everything to the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they come out here in the first half and get the job done. I'd like to take them full game, but I do think the first half is like the top spot. Top spot as far as like disparity, you know what I'm saying, where these guys are desperate, where they're coming out with like absolute must-win type of spot at the house. They're going to get Dame back. The Dame is back. They should have Giannis. I know he's on the injured report, his hamstring. I see him playing in this game, man. Also, I mean, the Bucks just don't want to win or don't care. That's one thing. But, I mean, they still have the 2 seed right now. And if they keep losing, they could fuck around and lose it as well, man. But Chris Middleton's off the injury report here. I think the Bucks win this game. I do think first half is a little bit better, but I think the Bucks come out here with the win, man. Whether you want to take first half for a full game, the Celtics look easy, and it could be that easy. It's really hard to go against the Celtics. You just have to know that they got the number 1 seed locked up. They're almost like the Nuggets of last year. They're kind of just going to be playing around in these next few games. That's why they're resting guys one here every game. They'll rest a guy and play some guys, so they could have everybody. I just know that the Celtics will not be playing this game like it's a fucking game 7, but I do think the Bucks will. This game just means a whole lot more to Milwaukee Bucks. I think they win this game. I think they come out in the first half with some as well. Let's go over to the streets of Atlanta in this one. Heat land 3 points on the road versus the Atlanta Hawks in this one. I know that Terry Rozier is questionable in this one. He said that he shouldn't have played versus the Pacers, but the Heat still showed me something. First off, they got Tyler Hero back, so if Rozier is out, it won't mean a ton. This is a revenge fight as well. The Heat lost to the Hawks January 19th at the house, 109-108 at 7-point underdogs. Hawks beat them outright. Heat are coming off a loss. That was a huge game that they should have won versus the Pacers in that one. They had got down 15, 20 points right out of the gate. They battled all the way back and really tied the game up and had a chance to win the game. Should have won that game as well. A few calls didn't go their way. Not going to go too far into it, but I do think the Heat come out here with a win. I know the Hawks have been playing really nice. Even though they've lost back-to-back games to the Mavs and to the Nuggets, the Hawks have been playing really nice. They're at the house, but I don't think they win this game. I think, and I'll tell you, as some part of me is kind of thinking that the Heat want to be in the play-in tournament. They want to get the 7th or 8th seed so they can face up against the Bucks or Celtics. I know it sounds crazy, but it just seems like they don't really want their 6th seed. But regardless, they have said they want to get out of the play-in tournament. If you do, this is an absolute must-win game. The last game was a must-win game, but they still have an opportunity to get out of the play-in tournament. Regards to that, the refs owe them. They owe themselves. They owe Atlanta one. I think the Heat come out here with the win in this one. I'd lay the points -3 or just take them on the money line. The Miami Heat will come out of this one with the win. Terry Rozier might not play. The line could go down. I think this is a Heat spot. I think they burn the barbecue chicken in this one, man. They finna put the Hawks on the grill in this motherfucker. I like the Heat to come out here with the win in Atlanta in this game. Let's go over here to the streets of Chicago in this one. Not gonna lie to you, this is a game that I don't really have a lot on. Obviously, you'd like to take the Knicks in the quick revenge spot. Now they are coming off that game versus the Bucks and got a big win there. They lost their last game versus Chicago. That spot set up perfectly for the Bulls. They had came off three straight days of rest. They were catching the Knicks on a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights, all with travel, all that good stuff. So in theory, this is the revenge spot for the Knicks in this game. I'd like to say I lean their way, but I know that I don't really have a tough feel in this game. If the Bulls were able to get the win again, it wouldn't surprise me. See what I'm saying? So it's a really tough game. I know it's like we should go with the easy route. We should just take the Knicks in this spot, but I know that it won't be an easy feat. The Bulls actually match up really well with the Knicks. That's why they beat them on the last time. OG is back in this one. He's got his feet wet a little bit. If the Knicks came out here won by double digits, wouldn't surprise me at ever. It is the revenge game J spot, but also if the Bulls were able to shock the world and win this game outright, it would not or keep this game close. It would not surprise me either. If I had to bet it, I'd take the Knicks, but it's a no play for me. Go over to the streets of Minnesota in this one. Wolves land 16.5 points at the house versus the Wizards. Naz Reid came out and said he would really like to win the Sixth Man of the Year. I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think he's done enough. And I think even though he went for 31 points and 10 rebounds last game, he's still starting. You're not even getting 6-man minutes, but there is still a possibility that he could get it. It's tiff and tat with him and Malik Monk. I still think Monk's going to get it, but it's not like Naz Reid doesn't have an outside chance. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to stat pad in these last few games, man. He's came out and said, I'm hungry. I really wanted a award. You don't usually hear players say that. He's usually like, you know what? I don't really care about that shit. If I get it, I get it. No, cuz say, I want it. I'm hungry. I'm gunning for it. And so guess what? I'm going to take us over 19.5 points. And if you want to, you could take us over points and rebounds as well at 27.5. But I just know going up against this Wizards team that doesn't have a ton of size, they're going to make sure Naz Reid gets 30, 35 minutes. They're going to make sure that he tries to go for 30 points here once again. I don't know if it's going to happen, but his points at 19.5, it's just something I got to take with him vocally saying that he's going to do everything he can to gun for the 6th man of the year. Even though he's starting right now, obviously most of his games came from 6 man. Regardless of that, his points total is at 19.5, and I'm going to take him to get 20 points. That's what I'm going to do. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, I couldn't talk you off points and rebounds as well at 27.5. Last game versus the Lakers had 31 and 10. They're going up against the Wizards. They're probably going to be blowing them out. Guess who? One player that they're probably going to leave in and let him stat pad, and that's going to be Naz Reid, my guy. It's over 19.5 points is the side in this game. Let's go over to the streets of Memphis in this one. Spurs land 2.5 points at the house versus the Memphis Grizzlies in this one. Only thing that we hope is that no Victor Wembanyama. So Keldon Johnson is out. Let me just get this picture because I screenshotted a picture the other day and I've been waiting for this game. And I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't like the fact that they're coming off a double overtime game as well versus the Sixers. I'm not going to lie to you. That's not good here for the Spurs, but this is a young team here. And guess who has the third longest, so this longest win streaks versus one opponent, current streaks. New York has won 15 straight versus the Pistons. Golden State has won 13 straight versus the Rockets. And then you got the Memphis Grizzlies, who's won 13 straight games over the San Antonio Spurs. I think they break this streak here. Obviously, the Grizzlies, you got no Triple J, you got no Bane. They're really going with the G League squad here. I'd be very surprised if the Spurs didn't come out here to win. Now, I keep it real with you guys. The Spurs have 19 wins, and the Hornets do as well. Now, would it be surprising if the Spurs tried to sit Wemby at the last minute or something and tried not to win this game so they stay tied with the Hornets? It's very possible. But the Spurs also need to win two of these last games to avoid having the worst record in Spurs franchise history. See what I'm saying? All they got to do is win one, and they'll tie the worst record. They won't be like the worst record, but if they win 2 games, they will be out of the clear of having the worst record in Spurs franchise history. You don't want your name on that. You see what I'm saying? It's very possible. Some of these teams try to tank, but if Wemby plays in this game, that shows me that the Spurs are trying to win. Trey Jones, the rest of the guys, Malachi Branham, they can ball, they can win this game, especially going up against this Grizzlies spot. So I can't lie to you. If you'd like to wait until the last minute to bet this one, I think the Grizzlies win. I think the Spurs win this game. All you just need is Wemby out there, and if he's playing, that shows me that the Spurs are trying to win this game. If they sit him out, they're trying to tank the game, and I still think they can win this shit even without Wemby. You gotta want to win the game, though. That's the only, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But this is a Spurs game. They've lost 13 straight versus the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are really showing that they're not trying to win by playing. They're calling guys up, 10-day contracts. You see what I'm saying? And they're going out there getting 20 minutes. Give me the Spurs in this spot, and I'll live with the results, especially with them having the third longest losing streak versus any team in the NBA. I like the Spurs to win this game. Like I say, you just hope that everybody's playing other than Keldon Johnson, Shohan, and Devin Vassell and all the rest of the guys out. Long as everybody play, Spurs finna smash you boys by double digits, my guys. Let's go over to the streets of Oklahoma City in this one. Thunder laying 4 points at the house versus Sacramento Kings. I think the Thunder win this game, man. It's unfortunate because this line has came up all the way to 4. Line opened up at -1. It's just steadily been moving up every single day. But let me just see, bro. Let's make sure Wemby's not out, because I see one of these moving all over the place. I see one of these books moving all over the place. Long as Wemby's not out, man, we're in the clear for the Spurs. I don't know why one of these books are moving to I think they got it flipped around, though. I think I got it flipped around. But regardless of that, back to this game here. Thunder winning this fucking game. They had just lost 8 straight to the Sacramento Kings. They did beat them earlier this year, February 11th, 2024, 127-113. Before they had lost 8 straight versus the Kings. It's their time to own these boys now. Thunder had just beat the Charlotte Hornets. They are coming back home off a 5-game road trip. That's not the best of spots, but I know that they need this win. They're still not out of it, getting the 2 or the 1 seed as well. So right now they sit at number 3. They could still possibly get the 2 seed as well. You see what I'm saying? It's probably unlikely, but regardless of that, SGA is playing this game. Hopefully Jalen Williams plays. Sacramento is coming off a win versus the Nets. This ain't the fucking Nets, my guys. And I really do think the Kings belong in that play-in tournament. I know that they've had a great year. 45-33 is a really great year. If they was in the East, they'd have a top 4 seed. You see what I'm saying? But they're not in the East. They're in the West. And I think they really do belong in the 8th seed. That's part of somewhat of like a little conspiracy that I have. But I think that the Kings are going to drop this game here. It's up to 4. I'd still lay the 4. Personally, I'm on the Thunder on the money line. I think they come out here with the win, man. There's 4 teams that I really have a ton of confidence that they're going to win tomorrow. That's the Bucks. That's the Heat. That's the Spurs, and that's the Thunder, my guys. And then one play with Naz Reid over his points in this one. I'll go through one more game, but those are the looks that I have tomorrow, my guys. 5 plays, and they're fucking speaking to me. They're speaking to my mind, my soul, my body, all this shit, my bankroll, all of this, my guys. They're speaking to me, and I think them shits go 5-0 one time for the one time, man. Last game I'll go through for today. You got the Rockets getting 2.5 points at the house versus the Orlando Magic in this one. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what to do with this game. I would lean towards the Houston Rockets at the house. This is their last home game of the season. You just worry about their mind. You worry about if they're checked out. They're officially eliminated from the playoffs. You worry about if these guys are already making vacation plans. They've lost 5 straight. They're only 1-5 against the spread in their last 6. The Magic can ball. You see what I'm saying? They can ball. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, but Magic are they're in the playoffs and don't want to get injured. You got the Rockets who not in the playoffs, but I'm sure they at least like I do know the Rockets, and I do know Udoka that he would at least like to close the season out with one more home win. Now they're going to get a couple of wins in their next few games because they play the Jazz and they play the Blazers, but this is their last game at the house. Let's win one more time for the one time for the fans. You know what I'm saying? So like a fan appreciation day. So the Magic are the better team. They have already beaten them this year, 116-86. Absolutely smoked them by 30 points at the house. That was the first game of the season, but this is a different Rockets team here. Obviously they're without Şengün, but I do feel like they can match up well with the Magic as well. And you got to outshoot the Magic with the 3. You need Van Fleet, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr. You're going to need these guys popping some threes, man. And I think it's very possible that the Rockets might end in their homes. They're in the season at the house with the win. This is not a game that I'm going to bet, but I was just looking at it and I was like, I do lean to the Rockets here plus the 2.5. It's not a game that I'm going to bet. It's not really speaking to me. Obviously, the Magic they're trying to get the highest seed, all the good stuff, man. So it's a tough game. 5 looks for me, man. I like every one of them. I love every fucking one of them, man. Let's clip the bookies one time for the one time. No clippers, no haircut. You see what I'm saying? Even though I did get a fade, let's clip the bookies one time. There was a clips today, and I'm trying to making the clips on the fucking bookies bankroll, my guys. Let's get this cash, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's all love, man. NBA Talk with Jay for the people. Let's cash one time for the one time. Let's go 5-0 one time for the one time. Not really fucking around. Got the glasses on, all that good stuff, man. It's all love. If y'all like the show, if you appreciate the early show, please hit the like button, my guys. Please hit the like button. That's the only thing I can ask. I will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's fucking cash. I'm not fucking around. Let's go.